Forecast Weather Channel.
In this half hour, WeatherScope, a comprehensive national forecast. At 40 after, TravelWise gives you the latest on travel hotspots. Then the weekend outlook. And at 50 after, the storm update. Right now on the Weather Channel, your local forecast. WeatherScope.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here at the Weather Channel. Severe weather is now beginning to pop up in the Northeast, and also developing are some big storms across the plains. Jim Cantori and Fred Otzi is in the Forecast Center with the latest. Jim?
Yeah, indeed. We've been rather busy this afternoon, haven't we, Fred? Lots of severe weather. Now in Langley at Hampton County, 2 3/4 inch hail, so baseball hail. In southeast Virginia.
Yeah, we are really seeing a real explosive development along these frontal systems that we are watching today. Indeed,
we kind of had an idea that it was coming, folks. Yesterday, a tremendous outbreak of severe weather, confirmed tornadoes, over 40 of them, and now this energy moving east. Not so much a tornado producer, but we noticed a strong mid-level jet. We noticed some dry air in the mid-levels. We're seeing a little bit more hail and wind damage.
It's got a lot of things going for it, and of course we're seeing that as we're seeing these reports that are come flowing in this afternoon of severe weather that's been developing.
Our printer has been busy.
It certainly has.
Well, let's go ahead and check things out for you. We go to the satellite, and Fred, feel free to jump in. Obviously, we can pick out that secondary line pretty nicely.
Right, and here, the second line here is along the cold front. That's where a lot of this more recent activity has been going on in eastern Pennsylvania and on up into even up toward the Binghamton area. And then the other ahead of that was what we saw developing here in southern Virginia that has moved up and raced up to the area of Chesapeake Bay. And we're also seeing, and we'll see it better on the radar, the way this activity is bowing out there in the area around New York City.
As a matter of fact, we have severe thunderstorm warnings out for Nassau County. Now, even though the watch isn't issued that far east, the thunderstorms develop right over the city, and they're pushing on to the east. And we'll show those to you here in just a second. But I did want to point out again, folks, we've had some real incredible weather here. Sussex County, Virginia, right here, this little county that's kind of shaped like a hexagon here. They had the hail covering the ground down there, some old trees that have been uprooted, and also that same cell that produced the baseball-sized hail, as we mentioned, around Langley. Now the storm's heading east out into the Atlantic, but there's still another little piece of this hanging back. Looks like it's about ready to move east of Southampton County and right toward Virginia Beach. So we want to make the folks alert of that.
The other cell that we had been watching here around Lynchburg, Virginia, has moved northeastward, and it appears to be diminishing. It looks like it's weakening now, so that may not.
That is a good sign.
That may die out.
Maybe some of the energy here just kind of hanging back with these cells. But up to the north around Baltimore, some really large thunderstorms. There's many warnings out as we speak. And then as we head on up to the northeast, this line from Baltimore northward is really starting to fill in now. And look at this, right over New York City. The storm's fired up and moving to Nassau County. We have severe thunderstorm warnings out for Nassau County. Also Long Island Sound, the immediate coastal waters. What happened here, Fred?
The other thing that's impressive about that, Jim, is the way this activity is bowing out. And this is one of the things that we look for a lot of times to be a really strong wind damage producing system where the echoes, instead of being in a straight line like this, actually are bowing out, such as what they're doing now. And so that some of that area is moving into the eastern parts of Long Island and over into Connecticut.
So if you're traveling the expressway out of New York City, you're going to run into some of these storms if you're kind of speeding out there this afternoon. And that's just round one, Fred. We're going to have more activity with this secondary push coming on through. There's even been some tornado warnings out around, Schuylkill County. I said Schuylkill before, and I totally apologize for that. But Schuylkill's been very, very active this afternoon with tornado warnings. And you can see how these cells just continue to advance to the east. Rough weather tonight around Baltimore.
These cells are just exploding along this line here, and that's probably just
like
ahead of the front.
A little bit, so we're going to have to watch out there. We take you off toward the west through noon Friday. Our secondary phase of severe weather already well underway from Kansas down into the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. We now have 2 tornado watches. We have a severe thunderstorm watch out in eastern Kearney County, which is in Kansas, also northeastern Hall County, which is in the Texas panhandle, and also coming to my attention, northern Montgomery County in Bucks County, also in Pennsylvania. So really a very, very active afternoon. And Fred, you can see how these storms are exploding as well.
And this activity in western Kansas and southeastern Colorado is spreading down into Oklahoma, and we can't see it right now, but over in West Texas, there's activity
as we
developing.
speak.
And John's been following. He's been tracking the storms. About a half hour ago, he said they were moving in, and John, we can see them now, right?
Yeah, we're starting to pick. We're getting the very latest radar right now. We're just loading that up now, and we're going to show you the very latest because we have that severe thunderstorm warning right now for northern Bucks and Montgomery County. Look at this shot from Skywatch, and you can see the threatening clouds. They form into the cumulonimbus, or what we call the thunderstorm clouds, and they're beginning to roll in. They're severe possibility of hail. Many cities now and towns reporting hail and the damaging wind, and always that possibility of that very, very dangerous lightning as the storm clouds beginning to roll in. They're moving eastbound at 40, and they'll be raking the area over the next 2 to 3 hours, and that's why the watch is in effect till 10 o'clock. But the main impact appears to be somewhere between now and 8 o'clock this evening. Our WeatherNet, Tally Middle School, had a high today of 74 degrees, a low of 49, standing at 72 degrees right now. Pressure falling, indicating that storm system beginning to move in, and the humidity stands at 62%. All right, let's check it out for you. Definitely some big-time spring thunderstorms moving in. Readings now in the 60s and the mid-70s, and let's get right to it. Severe thunderstorm watch for the possibility of severe thunderstorms, and that is happening. We got a severe thunderstorm warning until 6 o'clock this evening for northern Bucks and Montgomery County. Watch everywhere else. The line continues to move eastbound of about 40 miles an hour. There's the very latest Doppler radar. Thank you, High Pressure Harry, our meteorologist in the Weather Center, getting the Doppler loaded in time. And you can see, look at that vicious line now, moving in from the east, stretching from Allentown, down through Pottstown, down on towards east now of Lancaster, moving into Coatesville, and down on through northeastern Maryland. This cell right here is huge. It is a severe thunderstorm. It is moving east-northeast, probably going to move right through this direction, through Media, west of Philadelphia, through western Chester, Montgomery County over the next hour or two. That line continues to move eastbound at 40, so it'll be with us over the next 2 or 3 hours, but the watch is in effect until 10 o'clock tonight as you head down the shore as well. So let's go to the Earth Watch flyby, and the reason for it, cold front beginning to move in from the west. It's banging into the warm air. You can see the circle areas right here, the heaviest storm activity near Pottstown right now, reporting some hail there. Just south of Quakertown has reported some hail. And you can see the other severe cell down now in northeast Maryland, but it's all moving in this direction. So be on the lookout for the next several hours as we have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect. Your forecast for tonight shapes up this way. Showers and some severe thunderstorms, then clearing after 10 o'clock tonight. 45 to 50. Tomorrow, much nicer day. Mostly sunny. The winds will diminish by afternoon. It'll turn out to be nice in the afternoon. Highs around 69 degrees. Your 5-day forecast as we kind of move on through the week. Friday, we catch the break. Saturday, the next chance of showers and scattered thunderstorms, especially Saturday night. That may be another severe night. Sunday, sun and clouds, windy, maybe a leftover sprinkle in the morning, but look at the temperature change. The high for Sunday, only around 60 with a very busy wind, and then a return to bright sunshine on Monday. So tonight, the watch is in effect till 10 o'clock. Warning for northern Bucks in Montgomery County till 6 o'clock. We'll keep watching it all evening long.
Okay, thanks,
All right,
John.
sir.
Okay.